Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
Mississauga suspends nightclub for 2 weeks following multiple violent incidents. Police make arrest in fatal shooting of a woman in Newmarket earlier this summer. Health Canada approves Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for kids 6 months to 4 years old. Police make arrest in downtown Hit and Run, appeal for assistance identifying victim. Police warn of traffic delays with more than 80 events planned across the city this weekend. Here to forgive, victims' families, Indigenous leaders gather after mass stabbing. Unemployment rate ticks up to 5.4% in August as economy loses 40,000 jobs.
These were the headlines and let's jump right into the details.
Police have made an arrest in connection with fatal shooting of a 22-year-old woman in Newmarket earlier this summer. The victim, identified as Nicole Mercer, was found suffering from life-threatening injuries inside a residence near Prospect Street and Gorham Street at around 1:30 a.m. on July 29. She was rushed to the hospital but was ultimately pronounced deceased. The cause of the death was later determined to be a gunshot wound following an autopsy. Police say that 2 suspects were identified during the course of the ensuing investigation. Madeline Doran, 18, was arrested on August 11 and charged with accessory after the fact to murder as well as possession of a firearm, possession of a prohibited weapon. The second suspect had been sought on a Canada-wide warrant but was taken into custody in Toronto on Friday. Alexander Jolly, 23, is charged with second-degree murder and possession of a firearm. The city of Mississauga has issued a 2-week suspension notice to a popular nightclub that has been at center of multiple violent incidents. Peel Regional Police say they have responded to over 24 calls at her nightclub, located near Eglinton Avenue East and Dixie Road, since January of last year. The most recent incident took place on September 4th. Police say that a man was seriously injured after a shooting outside the nightclub. According to a statement from Director of Enforcement Mike Foley, the suspension takes effect Friday and will be in place for 14 days. During the suspension period, Entice Ultra Club, her club, must cease operations and will be provided with conditions. They must comply with an order to retain their adult entertainment operating license and eatery license, the statement reads. Few details were provided as to why the city chose to shut down the club at this time. However, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie said the decision was made given the recurring issues and risks to public safety. As a city, we are doing what is within our power and jurisdiction to address the ongoing safety concerns and help keep our residents safe, he said in a statement to CTV News Toronto on Friday. Gun and gang violence has no place in our city and threatens the lives of not only those involved but the safety of innocent bystanders who may find themselves in wrong place at the wrong time. In August, police released a public alert about heightened risks associated with visiting the club. Following the September 4th shooting, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie hinted the city bylaw officers have increased their compliance checks at her nightclub. She urged residents to avoid the establishment as police conduct their investigations. Health Canada approved Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine today for use in children between 6 months and 4 years old. The federal department says after a thorough independent scientific review of the evidence, it concluded the benefits of Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine outweigh the potential risks for kids. It is the second vaccine to be approved for that age group after Health Canada approved Moderna's Spikevax shot in July. Health Canada says it is approving a 3-dose primary series of vaccine for children under 5, with 3 weeks between the first and second doses and 8 weeks between the second and third doses. The department says the jabs, which target the original strain of COVID-19, remain effective at preventing severe illness, hospitalization, and death. The government recently approved a newer version of Moderna's vaccine that targets the Omicron variant of COVID-19, but its use has not yet been approved for the youngest cohort. Toronto police say that they will have an enhanced presence downtown this weekend due to a significant number of events slated to take place, and they're warning drivers to expect delays navigating the city. Police say that there are a total of 80 events planned for Toronto this weekend, including the opening weekend of Toronto International Film Festival, which will see King Street closed between York Street and Spadina Avenue. The authorities say that an operational plan is placed to control crowds and keep traffic flowing, but they are warning drivers to pack their patience. Due to the amount of events we have, we do expect a large crowd and a lot of people to be attending the city of Toronto. So we just want to let everyone know that they will also see an increased police presence in the city, and that's to ensure everyone's safety and also to help mitigate the flow of traffic. Constable Laura Brabant told CP24 on Friday morning, "We want to make sure that traffic keeps flowing due to a lot of these road closures that will be in place." Toronto International Film Festival is the biggest event planned for Toronto this weekend, but there are also numerous concerts, charity walks, and run and demonstrations planned for the city, according to police. A rise in the unemployment rate in August, coming on the heels of job losses over the last few months, suggests the economy is beginning to slow amid rising interest rates. The unemployment rate was 5.4% in August, ticking up for the first time in 7 months, Statistics Canada reported in its most recent labor force survey on Friday. That's up from 4.9% in July, the lowest unemployment rate since comparable data first became available in 1976. Overall, the Canadian economy lost 40,000 jobs last month in August, with the losses concentrated in the public sector. August also marks the third consecutive month of declines, with a total of 114,000 job loss over the time period. The report says employment gains in professional, scientific, and technical services were offset by declines in education services and construction. However, CIBC said the loss of 50,000 jobs in education likely represents seasonal challenges and may reverse later. The report also found the percentage of workers looking to leave their job was on the rise. According to the federal agency, 11.9% of permanent employees were planning to leave their jobs within the 12 months, almost double the rate in January. As more people head to the office, Statistics Canada said working exclusively from home was declining while the proportion of people working hybrid was rising. A man whose sister was killed in stabbing rampage in Saskatchewan says forgiveness has been important to Indigenous people since long before colonization. Daryl Burns says, quote, "They tried to force it out of us, but they couldn't." He made the comments at the gathering on the James Smith Cree Nation in Saskatchewan, where 9 people were stabbed to death on Sunday. A 10th was killed in the nearby village of Weldon. Both suspects have also died, meaning the motive behind the rampage may never be known. At yesterday's gathering, Burns hugged Sky Sanderson, the wife of suspect Damien Sanderson, who was found dead the day after the killings. Sanderson's brother Miles evaded capture for 4 days and died shortly after he was arrested on Wednesday. Indigenous leaders have called for more addictions treatment and changes to the justice system in the wake of the tragedy.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow.